Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
Welcome to another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, the Professor, Russ Stevens, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's Milton's first son, Tim Hoey. Well, we have another great show for you tonight, so boys, let's get it started. This breaking news from the Grandstanders Live desk. After Giselle watched Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa pass rushing last weekend, he did not let somebody else play on Sunday. Right? All of a sudden,
Safe though, he's falling away from his throws.
Ooh, Tim starting right off into Tom Brady.
Right.
I like you,
Well,
Tim.
they're a lot faster than that, old man. I'll
Wow.
say
Hey,
that.
listen, they played last year. They sacked him one time.
Yeah, you know what? We've always done a pretty good job, particularly at home. Well, always at home, at neutralizing, very good pass rushers by these other
Clowney
teams.
and J.J. Watt as a number one example.
If Belichick puts his mind to it, he can stop
These guys
that.
line up. I mean, Bosa lines up in the same position, but the other guy, they move him around on the line.
And-
You never know. It's kind of hard to
and
plan for
Bosa, you
him.
never know where he's coming from.
But we'll know early, boys, if those guys have gotten
Yeah.
into Tommy Boy's head. Because this is a new Tom Brady this year. He likes to turtle.
The more conservative.
He likes to
Okay,
throw the
now-
ball into the ground, right? So we'll see. We talked about in the playoffs, would we see the normal
take the
Tom
hits.
Brady? And we'll know early.
Yes. Will he be bailing out, or will he be sticking in like the old days and finishing his throws?
Yeah, I think that's right. Look, it's going to come down to execution, like a lot of these things are. Is Edelman going to be able to create separation, and can he catch the ball?
Right.
Yeah.
One or two bad third down drops, and the game can change.
It sure does,
Right?
right? That's
Can
in
he
the playoffs.
find
Yeah,
Can he
stall
find
drive
Hogan?
after
Can
drive.
Dorset catch a ball? Because he's going to get rid of the ball fast.
I
You
think
know
Gronk-
that.
Oh,
I think
no
Gronk
question.
has to be big this week.
You think so?
I do. I think he's going to be the difference, whether they
He's got a
win this
great
or-
history against the Chargers.
Whether this offense does anything or not. I
No.
think he's got to rise up and be Gronk.
As I've read a few places, one of the things that the Chargers have had trouble with over the last couple of years is passes to backs out of the backfield. And this is the thing that you said last week is, this actually could
that's
be
their
the
bread and
James
butter.
White, Rex Burkhead game.
Yeah, well, we see those running backs going wide. Or it could be Joe, who just won't get off the Sony Michel.
Wait a minute. I'm the one who said this
Ragathon.
could be the Sony Michel
that
I
game.
think Sony Michel, would you agree? Sony Michel has to have a big game for the Patriots
This
to
is
win.
made for them. Those guys don't like to set the edge. They want to pin their ears back and come. And so, where does Sony do his best work? On the outside, running out of bounds.
So you can use an over-aggressive pass rush against
Yeah.
the defense. Come on, boys.
Yeah.
And, the trap play or the screen play.
I
the
think
pulling guard just
People get
nailing them.
over-aggressive. And Brady's good at reading it, too. He's probably the best in the NFL
I
at
think you
reading
guys
what's coming.
both make good points, and you could make an argument that this is what the offense has been geared towards over the last month, that they've started running the ball more.
Yeah.
They want to run the ball well in December, in January, in the cold weather. It's going to be 21, 22, 23 degrees on Sunday.
Could this
Wanna
be a
do
game
play
where,
action?
where we
They've
have
been prepping the
a
offensive
Hogan
line.
sighting, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a Hogan sighting. We need a Philip
No, we got to
Dorsett
save him
sighting.
for the conference
we need,
championship.
Yeah.
We need all these guys to step up. But would you agree? Tom Brady will throw less than 30 passes this game.
I agree.
I think he's going to do a lot of short, quick stuff. And, back, quick release.
Almost like passes as running
Yeah,
plays.
yeah.
Look, if they don't get behind, you could be right. If they go behind by a couple touchdowns, it's going to be bombs away.
Look, the last two Patriots games, they've played terrible young quarterbacks in the Buffalo.
Speaking
Allen
of terrible
and
young-
Darnell. Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He's a Hall of Fame
He's
quarterback.
still playing at a very high level.
How many playoff wins for this Hall of Fame level quarterback?
Oh no, but he's still a great quarterback.
One.
Yeah.
Look,
One
there
or
was
two.
Yeah.
I think it was the 2007 year,
Scotty.
right? We played him in the AFC
Scotty,
Championship game. We almost lost that
Hall
game.
of Fame quarterbacks, you have to have more than one
No.
playoff win.
No.
Come on.
Oh, Phillip
He'll
Rivers.
No,
is
probably-
I agree. He's very talented, man, but
Yeah.
this guy's never gone anywhere.
But Timmy, he's been on a lot of bad teams.
He's
They
sort
don't
of
even
a-
know the name of the
Yeah.
cities.
Listen, Brady's
That's
on a
how
bad
bad
Brady's
they
on a
are,
bad
right?
team this year.
We're still calling him. CeeDee.
Brady's taking bad teams to the AFC Championship game.
Well, Tom Brady's the GOAT.
I know he is.
So-
All right, well, it's
But here's the one good thing about Phillip Rivers for the Patriots this weekend is he's not a run-pass option quarterback, because one thing that's been clear of the Patriots for the last year is that we still can't defend a run-pass
No,
option.
right.
And Phillip Rivers is not going to be Nick
He's a
Foles tucking the ball
stationary
into
target.
someone's gut and then pulling it back.
No.
He's just going to drop back and he's going to throw the ball downfield. Right?
He makes Brady look like a running
One thing that
quarterback.
scares
He's
me a
got
little bit,
half as many
They have a
rushing
fleet of
yards.
competent receivers over there.
Sure do.
And I want to
San Diego.
save
Yeah.
everybody some aggravation. Every play on offense for Phillip Rivers, he gets down to 1 second on the time
Oh, he
clock.
does?
Every play. And that's the way he is, but somehow he snaps it. So we're never going to have that happen. All right, boys. The defense for the San Diego Chargers, unlike the New England Patriots, is fast and they're balanced, right? This is a team that we have to take advantage of it. Also, though, this is a very competent defense.
Now, either that
Oh.
defense was super good or that quarterback for Baltimore
But like
last week
Tim
was
says,
the
you
most
can take
incompetent
advantage of them.
quarterback I've ever seen. I don't think he could be playing for Milton High School.
Yeah, I don't take a lot out of that last game for
Yeah.
San Diego's defense, but they've been very good all year. I think they've been a top 10 defense.
Have you
all year
seen a
long.
more confused NFL quarterback than that kid last week?
I want to get to Lamar Jackson
Okay,
because
Lamar
I have
Jackson.
some special feelings for him. But we'll talk about it.
He is
and
a
then,
handsome, he is a handsome lad.
Yeah, right. That's it. All right. So Michael Badgley.
tiny eyes.
Badgley.
Badgley.
Badgley. It really
Badgley.
should be pronounced that way.
Yeah.
I'm
Badgley.
pronouncing it different. All right. So if we hear his name and see him a lot on the field kicking field goals, boys, I think
a
we're in
good
good
thing for
shape.
us. Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
like the Ravens and Chargers game. The only reason that the Ravens were still in that game was they were kicking field goals instead
Yeah.
of
What
touchdowns.
was it? 5 field goals in a row before
Yeah.
they got a touchdown?
Yeah, look, the Patriots' MO defensively this year is to give up a fair amount of yards between the 20s, get an occasional turnover, and then hopefully hold a team to a field goal. And to your point, if they're kicking field goals, we're probably winning this
You
game.
know, not to state the over obvious, most of these games come down to turnovers.
Well, absolutely. But look, we actually had a couple of turnovers, and we hadn't seen
And
that
I
in
think
the
you
last
might
game.
get some more off of
They're
Rivers,
gigantic,
too.
you know. Gigantic. You get a couple turnovers, especially in the, in good field position, and you get a couple of, field goals or touchdowns just thrown in your lap.
So Milton's finest son, Tim Hoey, always talks about what kind of advantage do we have points-wise because of Bill Belichick as the coach. Now, Anthony Lynn, who's the coach of the San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, pretty competent coach, right? I don't know if we have an advantage.
Now, I don't know much about this guy, but I do know this. As I was watching Pete Carroll looking like a deer in the headlights on 3 or 4 occasions they panned over to him, there was a look on Pete Carroll's face that you will never in your life see on Bill Belichick's face. Belichick, win
Pete
or
Carroll's
lose,
a terrible
his
game coach.
demeanor. Now, I don't know much about this guy, but we have to have Belichick is an advantage.
Is it worth points this weekend?
Of course, yeah. Look, last year the Chargers were one of the most underachieving teams in the NFL, and this guy was lucky to keep his job. So I don't know if this guy got that much smarter, or the team has just performed a little bit better, won some close games this year. Going into a game like this, Belichick has a big advantage.
They didn't seem to have much of an offensive game plan last week against Baltimore. Defensively, yes, whoever the D coordinator is, game planned for very, very nicely for the Baltimore
Yeah, it's Gus
Ravens.
Bradley, the guy who used to be
But
Jacksonville's coach.
offensively, they weren't showing anything. That looked like a preseason game.
I,
the way that
I think in these
offense
games, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 moments where I would probably, if I were the coach, be puking on the sideline. Belichick, been there, done it. He just, even Seattle.
All right, okay,
Seattle,
come
no.
on. Let's not wax too poetic. I still
Scotty,
can't go over
Scotty,
that Super Bowl.
we can go over many times.
And,
where
and,
he-
and a few weeks ago, the Miami debacle.
Okay.
Yeah, look.
was
he
that
has a
him or
lot
was
to-
that the special teams coach?
It's coaching. He's responsible
Yeah.
for everybody who's.
Look, the answer to your question is at home against a second-year coach, Anthony Lynn, it's got to be worth at least 4 points.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Right?
I would agree.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so people need to stop. Just because the team is from Los Angeles has nothing to do with the players and how they acclimate to certain weather conditions. They just happen to have been
They could all be
drafted,
from Minnesota and
or
Wisconsin.
traded into Los Angeles. But that being said, boys, it sure would help if it snowed on Sunday, right?
Sure would, right?
You know?
Who likes snow more than an ice melt salesman? Said, "Holy and found to be found in your local hardware stores. Inferno, the good stuff, the blue stuff."
Right? It would be nice
Look,
if we had some
they don't
inclement
they
weather.
don't
It's
have
always
too
far
they
from
don't
it.
practice that often in any weather that's
No.
below 50, 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
you can't simulate snow games.
We,
No,
we
you
all know
cannot.
what it's like.
Tom
What-
Brady loves a snow
After
game.
a cold
Yeah.
winter here, you go out on a 45-degree day in March, and to us, it feels like a spring
It
day.
sure
Oh,
does.
you're
right?
in shirt sleeves.
So these people are coming
It's
from
true,
humidity and heat. You know that feeling you get off the plane in Florida in the middle of February and that humidity hits you. You're like, oh, this is glorious, you know? They come here, it could be 40 degrees, and they're freaking freezing.
Yeah, well, we were hoping. Well, they played well, actually. It was cold last week again.
I think
in
the bad
Baltimore.
weather would be to the Patriots.
It would
Nothing
be.
wet. It doesn't need to be snow. Anything that's wet and cold is tough on someone who's not used to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sony Michel, Uncle Joe's favorite player, was drafted, and everyone thought at the draft that Lamar Jackson was going to the Patriots. Okay, and I wish he had.
was a
Thank
smoke
God.
screen.
Okay, so I'm going to
Thank
give
God
you
he
a
did.
question. We're not going to talk about. Obviously, we'd rather have Lamar Jackson. I mean, we'd rather have Sony Michel for Sunday than Lamar Jackson. I get it. But moving forward, especially if the Patriots lose on that Monday, would you rather have moving forward Tom Brady and Jed Hoyer, or excuse me, Brian Hoyer?
Did you see this kid
No,
last Sunday?
listen. Brian Hoyer, excuse me, Jed Hoyer, or Lamar Jackson and Jimmy G.
I would never. Did you watch the game Sunday? This kid looked like a deer in the headlights.
Listen,
he looked like a
well, he's
freaking
gonna be
stumble
back.
bumbling idiot.
If
Moving
if
forward,
it's
gonna be
next
George
year,
2000.
I'll take you up here next year. But for this
Sep-
year, I want Tom Brady.
No,
Thank
I
you.
know.
gonna
No,
be
for
Flacco at
September
halftime.
2019, you still want Tom Brady and Brian Hoyer.
No, I'll take Jimmy G and
There you go.
Lamar
All right, what do you
Jackson.
do?
Thank
Well, you'd
Best-
never have Lamar Jackson if you had Jimmy G. They wouldn't.
Why?
They wouldn't have picked Lamar
would-
Jackson if they had Jimmy
If they
G
had
as the
Jimmy G
quarterback.
and Tom Brady on the roster, they wouldn't.
Why
pick
would you
Lamar.
want any problems with Lamar
let's-
Jackson?
No. Let's.
No, Russ
Did you
is
see
right.
this kid?
No way
Never
you'd make.
I don't
that
know
pick.
what they would pick. You would never have picked Sony Michel in a million years. We didn't think
You
they
would
pick.
want Lamar Jackson as the Patriots quarterback.
Answer the
No.
question.
He wants Jimmy.
All right, wait,
G.
hold on.
Jimmy
Joe's
G,
answer.
it's obvious, his
Rusty,
boyfriend.
Well, for any year beyond next year, I would want Jimmy G to be the quarterback. of the
And
Patriots.
Lamar Jackson is your backup.
No, I actually don't. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. So to me, I don't believe that you should be drafting any quarterback in the first round that you don't think can win a Super Bowl.
I don't know. Developmentally,
Did Lamar Jackson look like a guy who could win a Super Bowl to you?
But maybe with
I
a
don't know.
different
I don't-
coaching
possibly,
staff.
yeah.
What?
Okay.
Possibly.
A
It was one of the
different
worst
coaching
quarterback
staff, I think.
performances I've ever
No,
seen.
it wasn't.
in
The
my
better
life.
second half, he
situation.
was
It was
fine.
horrible.
The Ravens
Okay, so
have a
you
horrible
want
offense.
Tom Brady moving forward instead of Lamar Jackson.
I think Tom
Jimmy
Brady's
G.
going to be here for another 3 years.
Oh, I
for
hope
God's sake!
I'm telling you,
you
you
won't even be
watch.
saying that
You
by
watch.
halftime. Look, if he's no,
We'll pull this tape in 3 years.
give
we're
me
gonna
this.
Play it.
Give me this, boys. If he's turtling up and come
The-
halftime, would you agree that this is the last time you want to see Tom Brady
The
on the
Tom
field?
Brady
No.
that we've seen the last 3 games, we don't want to see anymore.
But if he's turtling up and he's afraid of the rush, would you agree that that's it for Tom
Well,
Brady?
or either that or he's hurt.
I truly believe he's hurt.
What is he saving himself? It's the playoffs.
No, but my
Yeah,
point
no.
is that he.
Then-
No,
Hurt
they're
him.
saying he's
I think he's hurt.
legitimately hurt.
He's protecting that leg.
Okay. All right,
That's what I
boys.
think. I believe that.
Akeem Hicks, Chandler Jones, and Jamie Collins.
I'll take any one of them.
All three of those guys would sure look good
They would.
in the Patriots defense on Sunday. All three should be on the Patriots. Would you agree?
Yeah, in some ways, the one that's least understandable is that they got a great year about it. Akeem Hicks and let him walk for not that much money.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You know,
it was very short money more that Chicago offered.
But, you know, in the bigger picture, okay, the Patriots have a locker room mentality. At least one of them was talking about his contract in the locker room and bitching about it. And it's the Patriots way. You set a set of rules for your kids, and you have to. We don't always stick.
Oh,
by
man,
them,
come on,
but-
tell it.
No, Scotty.
So you're
it's
saying
a culture. It's a culture.
All right, so
They
Timmy,
went
they're not better off with
after
those
those
three
trades.
guys.
They went on to win the Super Bowl, and they almost won another Super Bowl.
Okay.
All right?
Would they be better off with those 3 guys?
Physically, they
Of
might
course,
be.
maybe, maybe not. And Tim makes a good point
All they
about
got
Jamie.
was the second and the third
Tim
for
makes a
those
good
3.
point about Jamie Collins. They won a Super Bowl that year when they after letting Jamie.
And they
Collins.
almost
But you
won
gave
another one
away
next
Akeem
year.
Hicks, who
Akeem Hicks, I already agreed.
top
I think that
10
was
defensive
crazy.
player
I
in the
thought
NFL.
that was crazy to give him away.
Yeah, and I think they thought it was a mistake at the time when he got away.
Hey, listen, this is the way it is. They get this set of rules. You're not going to play by the rules. You're gone.
Oh,
I don't
for
care who you
God's
are.
Yeah, but
sake.
Akeem was a good
I don't know,
soldier
man.
and
You
did
know,
You
everything
never want to
right.
hold them accountable
Scotty,
for
no,
any
it's working.
personnel moves.
It's working. It's
No,
working.
it's not working completely, boys. Okay, all right.
Who has it working better?
Oh,
That's-
but I don't
I'll
understand.
just keep going back to this.
Oh,
Who
for
has
God's
it
sake.
working better?
So we don't
No,
want better
the
players.
Patriots were upset.
Philadelphia won the
We
Super
don't
Bowl.
want better players.
They're hanging in
We
there.
don't want
The
better
Patriots
players.
We
would
do.
have matched the offer
But
if
you
he
want
had come
Danny
back.
Shelton
There's an
instead of
overall
Akeem Hicks.
culture and discipline.
Landon
that no one
Roberts
is
over
above the
Jamie
rules.
Collins.
Yeah, that's
Adrian Claiborne on the not even on a 45-man roster instead of Chandler Jones, who's led the
Listen,
league
we
in
make
sacks.
fun of Pittsburgh for letting these malcontents play on the time. Malingerers, as Joe would say. He's come around, and Pittsburgh constantly. Belichick, this is the rules, boys. You don't want to do it.
Oh,
We're
my
going to
God,
ship
if
you off.
this was
Akeem
the Red
Hicks was
Sox.
never a malingerer or
Okay,
anything.
Imagine
Akeem
if
Hicks,
this
I'll
was
roll
the
with
Red
Akeem
Sox
Hicks
and
on
they
it.
got rid of Akeem Hicks, Chandler
They
Jones,
got rid
and
of
Jamie
Omar
Collins.
Garcia Perry. What happened that year?
He was a stiff. That was he never
Okay.
played anything. What are you talking about? Akeem
They
Hicks
got,
is top
they got
10.
rid of Hanley Ramirez this year. What happened?
That was the good.
Oh,
the
my
best move they
culture
made.
change.
God.
Scotty.
Get some
All right, I'm
Kool-Aid
fired
in
up.
here.
I'm fired
Jeez.
up.
All right, no Jason McCourty and no Landon Roberts, please. I don't want to see them
Jason
on the
McCourty, you're not. I think that's you're not treating Jason McCourty fairly. I think he's been a good cornerback this year. Not great, good. We have a good defensive backfield.
No,
we
we
lose
do.
this game. We're not losing this game because our defensive backs. We're losing this
Landon-
game
yeah.
because our linebackers. are
Landon
crap.
Roberts has just got to be where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, don't guess
Yeah.
wrong all the
Be
time.
where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Do your job.
Yeah,
Fill the
exactly.
gap.
Fill the gap.
Fill your gap.
3 gaps over where the guy had no
Yeah.
intention of running the ball.
Don't go with the
Exactly.
fake.
Right.
I bet they're drilling
Which
that
is
into
not
his
a
head
gap.
this week.
Which
you know?
is not a gap.
No.
Fill your gap. We're not going to yell at you,
Yeah.
no matter what happens.
And Jordan Richards, he's not going to play for the Patriots this
Is he
season.
on the Patriots roster?
No, he's not. No, I
thank
just
God.
want to make sure.
You scared me there for
Yeah.
a minute. Yeah, maybe they brought back Jordan Richards.
I know.
He was
A
a
late season pickup.
Charger killer.
Yeah, right, because that would be the thing that the
Oh, my
Patriots would
God,
do,
that
right?
would
All
be
of a
one
sudden,
One game
next
done.
thing you
My
know,
worst nightmare.
he's
Oh,
running-
let's Troy Brown come back.
Look, I
for
think
one
one
game.
aspect of the game that we didn't hit on is the other thing that the Patriots tend to be able to do in big games is stop the other team's running game. And I know that Melvin Gordon is a big part of the Chargers' game plan every week. I would not be surprised to see the Patriots go in, shut him down, and just say, Philip, if you want to throw the ball 45 times, we're going to take our chances.
And they
Oh
have a-
yeah, and they'd
Because
be
he'll
happy
throw the
with
ball
that.
to you, right?
And they have big
Rivers
wide
will throw the ball
Knowing
to you.
him, he'll throw a couple picks.
But they have big wide receivers in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams.
They do.
Apparently, Mike Williams gets open every red zone.
They
Oh,
seem
is
to
that
get
right?
upset because they all want the ball.
Yeah,
These
well,
guys want the ball more than they get it.
It'd be interesting to see what the Patriots take away defensively. Don't you think that that's like, to me, the biggest open
The running
question?
back, they'll try to take away the running backs, and I think they'll take away Williams.
Williams and like Keenan Allen trying
yeah,
to beat him.
and just kind of zone around Keenan Allen and see if they can pick off something.
And
Yeah.
Gates catches the ball and then he wants to fall down now.
He looks
Oh, my
like
God.
Oh yeah, he's not looking for.
he looks like the Dirk Nowitzki of football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
he sure does. Yeah, that's perfect.
Right.
Yeah, that was pathetic. We
Oh,
were there
my
Friday
God.
night. Pathetic.
Yeah.
Watching Dirt Nowitzki play.
I think I can run up the court
Yeah,
faster
I'm
than
sure
he
you
can with
could,
two
actually.
artificial hips.
But it was kind of nice. They gave him a standing ovation.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of respect for
Yeah,
the guy.
but he couldn't hit
Man.
his shot. I mean, I think it was like
He
2 for
tried. He
12.
tried
Oh.
to hit that last shot.
Oh,
He couldn't
do it.
It was
All
fun
right,
watching it.
So, boys, predictions, and this could be our last week of predicting Patriots
Oh no,
games.
no! Remember,
So-
back early in the season, I predicted they'd be 11-5 and win this first game,
All right, Joe. So tell me what's going to happen.
and they're gonna win, and they're gonna. I
And
think
the
they'll win
score?
fairly easily. I'm 31-17.
What's the spread? Was it 4?
4-ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what. I know it started around there.
Yeah. All right,
19 to
Professor.
16 Patriots.
Oh, well, that's a nice
Yeah, a
little
lot
fun
of field
score.
goals.
Well, if there's a lot of running, it'll be
30
short.
to 21 Patriots.
Oh, Tim!
Oh.
Wow! All of a sudden, you're coming to the right side.
I just think it's playoff time. Belichick, Brady. I think Belichick's going to come up with some type of plan that's going to work.
All right. The answer is Patriots will win 27-16. Right, and then
Okay.
exactly
Write
how
these all down.
Russ said, and then we'll get all excited about next week.
Yes, we will. Especially, by the
Wednesday.
way, especially if Indy beats the Chiefs. How fun is it going to be on Saturday watching those games.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because we haven't won or lost yet, right?
It really
it's
is
all
the
about
first time in years
potential.
where you have no clue what's going to
No,
happen.
I think that's right.
No
Tim.
clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the very least, we'll end up in 6th place if we lose, right? All right, so I have a plan, boys, and I'll be very careful on this. The Trevor Lawrence, I don't know if anyone, you watched the
Who has been
the
touting Trevor
championship
Lawrence
game.
The Clemson
since week
guy.
1?
Trevor Lawrence, right, but I've got a plan now for Clemson, who's going to be the stud of all stud
Oh, my God.
quarterbacks. He's 6'6", guy's a freshman, remarkable.
He's
okay?
like if God came down and said, sculpt the perfect human being to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
This kid is.
If he doesn't get hurt or whatever, he's going to end up being one of the top quarterbacks in football for the next 15 years.
History.
So we keep Tommy Boy unless he turtles up big time during this game. We keep Tom Brady for one more year. He then retires, and then we
tank.
Trevor Lawrence would be coming out in 2 years from now. We tank big time.
Big time.
Joe is the quarterback for like 8 games. Right?
I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Minimum
We tank.
wage, too.
We tank. There's no draft lottery, so you're the worst team. You get Trevor Lawrence. We tank. We get Trevor Lawrence, and next thing you know, we're living good for the next 15 years. How do you
now-
like the plan, boys?
Is there any team where this kid's coming out, right? I don't care if Tom Brady was in his 5th year as quarterback or Dan Marino. You're taking this kid. You're taking this kid.
Yeah.
Would you agree? That's
Well, I think a lot of things would have to go your way. You'd have to. You probably would replace Belichick with McDaniels and say,
Yeah.
Josh, your first order of
Josh,
business
you're the
is to tank,
sacrificial lamb.
right?
To get
You
Trevor.
probably also need to load up on other first-round draft
Yeah.
picks because you could tank and still come in with the 4th worst record and be left with the dregs. So you need another top 10 pick to trade with the 4th pick to get the first pick.
But if
could,
there's
you know what I'm saying?
if
Like,
there's
so-
a bona fide number 1 quarterback, they don't let that get by.
He'd go
but
number one
imagine
this
if,
year.
if the,
6 number 1s aren't enough.
No,
for
but,
anyone.
Yeah,
but
but
Russ
if
makes a
you
great
think
point.
he's a franchise
No, but if
quarterback-
there's like a Baker
if the
Mayfield,
Jets are the worst team in the league that year and they've got Sam Darnold,
Yeah.
they're going to trade
Yeah.
that pick for the most.
I mean, he's the
expensive.
best
Absolutely,
thing
that's
since
right.
Peyton
Right.
Manning to come
Yeah.
out of college.
So you have to do a lot of things. The last time, and we were talking about this earlier, the last time the Patriots didn't have Tom Brady as a quarterback, they went 11-5. So there's a lot of tanking that would have to
no,
happen.
but we're gonna do. Look, as good as we've been.
Where's
now we
ML
have,
Carr? We'll get him
Right,
here.
exactly.
now, do you think no matter
Rod
who,
Rust.
Yeah.
will be the
any
coach.
franchise, no matter who their quarterback is, they're taking this kid number 1? Do you agree
No.
on that?
No.
I don't think Cleveland takes him. I don't think the Jets take him. I mean, look,
Well,
the kid, by the way, has to play 2 more years of
He'll
college football
still
at a
go
high
number.
level.
He'll still go
Yeah,
number
he's not
1.
good.
There's a lot of things that could
Because
go
if
wrong.
you don't
It's
need
true.
a quarterback,
Right.
you're going to trade it out and get more capital. So he will go number 1 no matter what.
But it kind of sucks for him because
My-
he would be the number 1 pick.
He'd be
easily.
it right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He'd be getting paid.
He might have been the number 1 pick coming out of high school.
Is that good? All right, so we go to the Celtics, boys, and I have been warning you all for weeks that we're in trouble. It's now January 9th. We're 24-15, and each week I tell you, and we're 5th in the conference.
We're only 2 games out of 4th place.
But it's tough to have movement after
I mean,
January 1st.
Yes and no. You're going to play all these teams a bunch of times.
Quite a bit.
Right? So you got Indiana tonight. That would give them their 13th loss. We got 15 losses, so that cuts that down. We've got plenty of games left with Milwaukee, with Toronto, Philly.
But we have no room for
No, there's not a lot of margin. By
Yeah.
the way, we're not
Yeah.
going to drop down to 6. So this is the worst.
No, right, that's true. Yeah, but
Right?
5 is death.
You know
because you're going to be on the
what's
road.
happening is the
I
East.
totally-
yeah,
is
you'll
turning
be
out
on
to
the road the entire
Yeah.
time.
The East has turned out to be much stronger than anybody anticipated. I believe.
Yeah, the
I
top-
know.
It's not a cakewalk.
Well, you know, there was a couple of guys came over from the West, and Leonard and Butler. You know, guys, some
I
quality
love
guys
hearing
came over from
Butler's,
the West.
complaining in Philly now, though. It's
I
music
know.
to my ears.
Yeah.
Well, look, you know, we've got I think the second best point differential in the league. We got a top 5 defense, top 10 offense. If you throw all those advanced stats in, we should have won probably 3 more games than we did in the first half. Right.
We lost to some bad
We
teams.
lost some bad teams. So
Yeah.
you win 28, 29 games in the second half, and you're up to 54
That Knickerbockers
wins.
game,
You're going to be
sure.
the third
Have you seen a
seed.
team in
Suns
years that
too,
when
yeah.
they go cold with their shooting, they go ice cold?
It's
boy.
really
like,
bad.
They'll miss like 12, 13, 14 shots in
Yeah.
a row. I haven't seen that in years where it's like a team goes hot, and then just cold
Yeah.
for a quarter.
Although their offense has been really good for about the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Absolutely.
When we've lost games, it's because our defensive crap.
Scotty,
has
yeah.
gotten-
Yeah, not rebounding and stuff like that.
What
Yeah.
did we miss? 13 shots in a row we counted the other night. That little period.
Oh, yeah, that
in
was crazy.
Quarter.
Yeah.
Even
Dallas
though they
game.
won comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they go cold, boy, they go cold.
Well, because a lot of it's 3-point shots, and that's the whole league
They don't take
now.
the.
Yeah.
I think it's a great point. The reason why that happens, they don't get the ball to the rim.
Yep.
They don't get the foul line.
You got Grandpa Gordon Hayward still kicking it out. That last game he kicked one out when he had a layup.
Although he's been better. I mean,
He has
the last
been
3
better.
games
he had
he's
his shot.
played,
We saw him.
he's
It was
been better.
if there was ever his shot in the game, this was his shot, and he kicked it out.
Yeah. So Kyrie Irving is a good thing when he's hurt. Say what?
Everyone seems to step up their game to make up for the loss.
We're talking about a top 5 player. We're talking about Kyrie Irving. My theory is, boys, that maybe the other 4 players watch a little bit when Kyrie's on the court because he's that fun.
He's
Is that
interesting
a
to watch.
natural inclination to any?
I think
person, though?
my guess is that there's a bunch of teams in the league that you'd see, like if their top player went out, those other 4 guys, at least over the short term,
Not the Lakers.
would all sort of jump in and be able to try to make up for it,
Yeah.
move the ball better.
It's a common thing in
Yeah.
the NBA.
But
I
he
think.
is such a joy to watch, man. I mean,
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is they had 30 assists the 2 games he was out. He came back the other night and they had 30 assists again. So the
Right.
ball moved the other night with Kyrie in the lineup. Ideally, what happened was Kyrie took a look at the team that was playing without him and saw a lot of ball movement and decided, hey, I want that kind of ball movement when I'm on the floor.
that's what I like about Kyrie. His ego seems to be in check.
I totally agree.
He seems to study the game carefully.
I really like him. I don't want him going
He's
anywhere.
been really delightful, as from what all I can tell, to watch on the court in terms of his
Personality.
His
Oh, yeah, he
collaboration,
wants
his
to take a
personality.
leadership role. It's
Right.
pretty clear.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he wants to be the leader of the team on and off the court.
not a lot to not like about the guy.
So I have this feeling, guys, that Terry Rozier is going. You know, the trading deadline's what,
Bye.
February?
Bye.
Well, he's going to be gone at the end of the year anyways.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, well, look, obviously we're talking about this year and the championship run. Does
Yeah.
Terry Rozier get traded?
I hope. Yeah. You
Yes or
do
no?
need that
Yes or no,
insurance,
Uncle Joe?
right?
So I've been the president of the Trade Terry Rozier Club until I watch him play those 2 games without Kyrie, because my argument for trading him was it didn't look like they would be able to go to the championship without Kyrie
Yeah.
because Rozier's been so bad. But Rozier reminded us that when Kyrie's out, we may give ourselves a shot.
Rozier
still.
might-
He's great
look, yeah,
insurance.
we're
He
half-
might be that guy
away.
who needs playing time
Yeah.
to be as good as he can be.
But
No, but
Timmy,
some
who
guys
does
can
it,
come in.
though?
I know, but some guys. Well, our German seems to do better when he's not in there much.
Oh,
So-
Tice. Yeah, we'll have to
Tice,
talk about him
he
in
looks
another
better in
show.
short spurts than as a regular.
Oh, he gets
Daniel
exposed,
Tice has
yeah.
hurt his
My-
value
my-
the last
Well,
10
but he's
games.
played better to Tim's point. He's played better the 2 games when Horford's been back, and he's gone back to the
in
role
his
that he can excel in.
He's good in little
That's
bursts,
right.
not over the long term. My problem with Rozier, he seems to be thinking too much about. I'm in here. I got to show the world why they should pay me a lot of money. I think
Well, as a second team, there's always some kind of level of a need for
Yeah.
offense. So, I mean, you know.
So I actually don't believe they're going to trade Rozier.
Okay.
That was your question.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
believe they will. I kind of think they should, but I think Ainge caught a whiff of that seeing
and I
Rozier
think
play
it's
like that.
currently constituted as this a championship potential team. You don't trade Rozier.
Oh, but this in the breaking news, Grandstander live desk. Here we go. Yeah, put that dot on. This is huge, guys. I'm just finding this out. We have R.J. Hunter back. Oh my! He
stinks.
He's going to put us over the top.
Yeah, right. He's just signed a 2-way contract.
If we have a rash of injuries, yes, he'll be on the
He needs to
roster.
buy like 2 Parkers because he's
There's
going to be
no,
in Maine
oh, yeah.
most
There's
of the time.
nothing worse than a guy who comes in with a reputation as a sharpshooter who literally can't
Can't shoot.
take a shot.
Yeah, right. It's true. So is this one of these things like, you know, obviously Russ got very aggravated that Tyler Thornburg's on the team, but we understand that Dave Dombrowski needs to justify that trade, and he needs to keep on throwing him out there. Does Danny Ainge need to justify that he wasted a 20?
I don't. My guess is that R.J. Hunter will never see the Boston team. He's a 2-way
Oh
player.
yeah, he's a maniac through and through. now.
My guess is he never ends up in Boston unless there's like 3
I don't know much
injuries.
about him. Is he supposed to be a great shooter?
Yeah, but he's never
was
was.
in-
He was
in-
drafted by the
in
Celtics
college,
to be
yeah,
a sharpshooter.
But you know, just
Can't
that,
do it.
With the 3-point
He's
line
a-
being a couple feet
he's
more.
a 4A player. In
Yeah,
baseball,
absolutely,
he's
yeah.
a 4A player.
yeah.
He's not.
Yeah, he's a guy with warning track power.
Not that guy where he gets open and it goes in.
No.
No. All right, so boys, we end with LeBron James. I actually love LeBron James' personality. I think he's so much more appealing than the guy who lives down the street. But he called himself the GOAT this week. Very similar to when Roger Clemens used to call himself the Rocket. You're supposed to let others do that, not you.
Yeah.
Why does LeBron James
You
need to
can't
do
give
that?
yourself a nickname. It's against all the rules.
But why does LeBron James need to do this? Does he feel like he's at the tail end of, obviously the tail end of
His whole life he's been told he is.
Was it a brief verbal faux pas, or is this something he's
No. He was very smug when he said it, too.
Yeah.
He said it very confidently, very smugly.
Does he just think he can affect,
That's when I
young
became
people?
the GOAT.
If he says it enough times, the young
I think
people
he's
believe it?
he's in the autumn of his years, and he's
Listen.
now thinking about his legacy.
If Bobby
you
Orr's
know,
not
and
allowed to call
arguably
himself
he's
the
right.
GOAT, nobody is.
Yeah, right.
You're not allowed to do that. You are
Look,
just not
I
allowed
didn't ever
to do
hear
that.
Bobby Orr or Wayne Gretzky refer to themselves as the
No.
greatest hockey
No.
players
Wayne
ever,
Gretzky
right?
says Bobby Orr and Mr. Hockey were better than us.
And Tom
That's
Brady
right.
never
Tom
has
Brady
called himself
speaks
the GOAT.
accolades about Joe Montana.
That's
You're not
right.
allowed to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, that's bad. All right, so LeBron, clean up your act. And don't play the Celtics in the finals. I'm too afraid of you. All right, that's our show for tonight. Want to thank the boys.
Wait, Kimball.
No, we're gonna go do that next show. We're gonna thank the boys. Thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, the lovely and talented Adrian, handsome Todd, and William the intern. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com and tune in again next Wednesday night at 6:30 for another edition of the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. I'm Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. The elephants are in town.
Here comes the circus.